they put it out on the app and everything, but you know, the whole running back group got up early this morning, shot him a text, kept telling him throughout the day, so it was good. But yeah, happy birthday, Coach Bill.
He's a little better than he did last year. Think you could step in there?
I tell you, he was running through some drills today, looked pretty good. Who knows, he might come out of retirement here soon.
How hard was it to be off the field last spring for you, and how good did it feel to get back out there today?
Yeah, it was tough. You know, I hate being sidelined, you know, from anything. So to you know, kind of sit on the sideline. Hey, watch Phil Moffa do work last spring. I mean, holy cow, that dude put in the work, and you know, he progressed at a different type of level. But you know, it was tough. You know, I'm just out here thanking God for the opportunity to put one foot in front of the other, get better with a great group of guys.
Jabo said he challenged the team to become their strongest version of themselves. What's that look like for you?
Yeah, it's just better than last year, you know, to me. And, you know, whether it's off the field, spiritually, you know, on the field, catching the football. I mean, there's so many different departments that you can improve on every single day. And you know, that's what it was for me, especially being out in the spring. I knew that I had areas to improve, so I focused on those daily. You know, did the work, kept my head down, and coming out here the best version I've been, so I'm happy.
First day of camp is in the books. What do you look forward to about this time of year? What do you like about fall camp?
The grit, you know. I mean, it's so gritty out here. You got the sun on you, man. I mean, you're going around. It's tough out there, but that's the best thing about it. You know, this is when you win a national championship. You know, out here during these days, and it's when you get close with your brothers that are going to last a lifetime. So, just blessed to be out here. Thank God for the opportunity.
Well, how did the way you guys finished last year with the 6 straight wins kind of fuel what's been going on this offseason and the expectations are on that?
Yeah, you know, it's huge. Coach Sweeney has brought it up a couple times, but I think it's the longest win streak in Power 5 right now, which is pretty darn impressive. You know, but just having that momentum going into the season is huge. And you know, we definitely got it in the back of our minds, you know, ready to run out there September 5th and continue.
Your foot feels good now?
Yes, sir.
No issues, no problems?
No issues, fully clear, baby. I'm ready to go.
What have you seen from Cade Klubnik? He seems like he's got some of the similar traits that you have, and that he comes in as a freshman and he's ready to be a part of everything. He almost have somewhat of a leadership role right off the bat. Do you see some similarities? Yeah,
he's a great kid, man. I mean, to have him come in here, he's such a natural leader, you know, kind of like you said. But he's come in here, he's kept his head down, he's worked. You know, he's gotten the authority to be vocal, and you know, that's what it really takes. I think coming in early was huge for him, but he's done such a great job. I'm really proud of him. Glad to have him as a teammate.
Would you feel like he could lead this team if need be early on this season? Would you guys have the confidence in him to do that? Yeah, you know, that's a tough question to answer right there. You know, at this point, I'm just really worried about myself and putting my best foot forward to be ready for the season.
Do you see a big difference in DJ, just personality-wise, from compared to last summer?
Yeah, you know, personality-wise, confidence, you know, shoot, I mean, he lost, 20, 25 pounds, but his dedication has never been a question. You know, and I've kind of got to witness it firsthand, you know, being in the backfield with him, being in the meeting room with him. You know, his dedication has been, you know, something that I look up to, something that I respect, and I can't wait to see him prosper and succeed this year.
Is there one play or one game from last year that drives you, that you're like, yep, it shows me I've got to get better?
Yeah, you know, there's a couple plays I think about, but yeah, that's all in the past. I really, you know, just pride myself in looking to this season and knowing that, yeah, I've definitely got some things to improve on from last season, but you know, I've worried about those, I've focused on those, and you know, now we got this season, and that's all I'm worried about.
How would you define the attitude, the camaraderie of the offense specifically when you guys are in that meeting room and getting ready and attacking fall camp?
Yeah, you know, it's totally different than last year. I feel like just the camaraderie and the chemistry, you know, everything. We're just so much tighter of a group. Everybody is so locked in, and we just all have a common goal. And you're either helping that goal or you're hurting that goal. And everybody in that room wants to help it. You know, whether that's studying a couple extra minutes of film or you know, picking up a different play sheet install to really get locked in on it. You know, we're all doing it, and you can see it.
Is that a galvanization that came from kind of the struggles of like the early part of last year, would you say?
What does galvanization mean?
Like we can do together. I think I added a couple extra things that aren't actually there. Galvanized you.
I think it is. You know, we kind of had to reset, and you know, Coach Swinney has said it multiple times, but we got put into our perspective of you know, not every win is going to come easy, and you know, we've got to respect every opponent, and we've got to appreciate every win. So I think that's really what it comes down to is knowing that nothing comes easy at a place like Clemson University. You know, we're one of the best programs in the country, so we're going to get everybody's best every single week. And as an offense, we have to produce to help that defense out a little more than we did last year.
Two things are you looking forward to? Number one, the three-headed monster of you and Kobe and Phil, but the changes the tweaks that have been made to the offense.
Yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to both. You know, the three-headed monster. You know, I've seen that on Twitter and a couple things, but no, I love it. And our backfield is so tight. You know, we add Dominique, Red, Kev. We got so many other guys in there, but when you talk about me, Kobe, and Phil, it's a special group. You know, we just got done talking about it, but you know, we're holding each other to a standard, and we love each other, but we're also competing out there, and we all know that. Not necessarily competing against each other, but competing for each other. And that's really what it comes down to. Is we're going to hold each other to that standard, and we're going to make sure that we all bring our best every single day.
When you look back at last year, there were several plays where you were close to breaking something big. How much does that drive you? How much did that bother you after those games when you were like, you know, somebody just barely got my foot, or the ball, you know, hit my hands but I didn't get it? Does that drive you? Do you think back at those 4 or 5 plays and does it motivate you going into this year?
Yeah, I definitely did. You know, I've always been my biggest critic. So, you know, I'll look back on things, and that's one thing I really wanted to focus on this offseason, especially not being in the spring, was I got to learn how to move on quicker, and it's one thing I struggled with last year. You know, there's a couple instances I can think of right now where I stuck on it for too long, and it not only affected me during the game, but you know, even the next week preparing for the next opponent. So you know, that's one thing I've prided myself in this offseason is to get better at that, and to learn from it and know my mistakes, get better on them, and just leave it in the past.
You spoke about some of the changes from the offense. Can you elaborate just on kind of what the coaching staff, the new coordinator, a couple new position coaches have kind of brought to the offense?
Yeah, you know, it's just more simplistic and more genuine. You know, Coach Streeter, he's really listening to us. He's you know, not only the authority, but we feel like there's respect both ways. Not saying there wasn't with Coach Elliott. You know, but kind of stepping up from that freshman to sophomore year, taking a little bit of a bigger role. You know, I've definitely noticed it, and you know, it's just like I said, a little bit more simpler. Everybody can understand it a little better, but we're moving faster. It's more efficient. You know, we're trying to up the tempo a little bit and just get the ball in the ball players' hands.
So that's y'all putting in maybe some more input and kind of listening to what y'all have to say as coaches.
Yeah. There's definitely a little bit of that in there, and really just, you know, all the coaches. You know, I think it's something, you know, that's kind of come from the top down. Is you know, coaches are amazing, but the way we're going to get where we want to go is by the players on the field, and I think everyone understands that.
Well, Keith Adams Jr., we've been told that he plays the running back position like his dad played linebacker. Is that a fair characterization?
Yeah. You know, I never got a chance to watch his dad, even though I've been in the linebacker room and seen all of his records and all that. But just talk a little bit about Keith, man. I love that kid. Holy cow. You know, he's come in, one of the most respectful kids I've ever met. You know, it's thank you. It's I appreciate, you know, he's always letting you know how he feels. But he's also a workhorse. You know, he gets out there. You ask him to do something, he's going to do it. He might mess up a couple times, but he's going to get back out there and make sure he does it right. You know, so that kid's going to be successful. It might take a little bit of developing, just like, you know, for everybody. Everybody has a different path, but I'm really excited to see where he goes, and I love that kid.
It's year 2 for you with C.J. Spiller. How's that relationship growing, just between coach and player?
Yeah, it's incredible. You know, it's something that you know is personal, but you know, we talk about so much more than just football, and that's truly what means the most to me. You know, I'm a football player, but I'm so much more than that as well, and that's one thing that Clemson University does is they allow me to realize my worth outside of just this field, and Coach Spiller does such a great job at that as well. He's experienced almost everything that I want to experience in life. I mean, he's done it all, been around the world, man. So just to have that as somebody, as a leader, someone I can look up to, has been incredible, and our relationship has grown, and I look forward to it continuing to grow.
You mentioned you all have been putting a lot of work on the judge machine, receiving wise. Where do you think that'll help? What are you looking to do as a receiver? Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to it. I've kind of worked in silence on that part. It's definitely something I wanted to improve from last season. I want the coaches to have full trust in me to be out there and throw me the football. And not only that, but the quarterback. I want DJ to trust me to go out there and catch the football, whenever it needs to be caught. And my hands have never truly been a question to me. I think last year it was more of an attention thing, an adrenaline thing. Moment was sometimes too big for me last year, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I watched a lot of film, and it's just me taking my eyes off the ball or being too jittery out there for whatever reason. But it's something that comes with experience, age. Me being a sophomore, I could even really just feel it today. Everything's a lot slower than last year, and I'm learning to appreciate it.
DJ threw you a couple fastballs last season that were tough to handle. You feel like he has a little bit better touch on those screen passes?
Yeah. He never had any problem last year. It was me catching the football. He took way too much heat for last year, and I'm taking it now. But like I said, that's all in the past. We're looking forward to this season, and it's going to be a special one.
When you were talking about getting better, I think you said you were sticking with things too long. What did you mean by that?
Sticking with things too long.
That's how you said it.
Yeah.
In plays,
in the run game.
Like dwelling on mistakes.
Oh yeah. I was just always dwelling on the past. One thing I can truly think about, is that play against Pitt. I dropped the ball, and literally the rest of the game, that's all I could think about. And that's a huge mistake on my part. I let my teammates down, not only in dropping that pass, but not being locked in for the remainder of the game. It's something that can't happen. As an elite athlete, I want my teammates to trust me. When my number is called, I've got to be ready to go, regardless of what happened the previous play. And I've definitely improved in that sense. Just my mental game has gotten so much better this off season. So that's something I wanted to improve on, and I have.
Speaking of knowing your worth, a lot of talk about NIL dollars. You're using it to help a children's hospital in Charlotte. KJ uses his to help his dad and get help from the guys. What does it say about the culture here that this is kind of the way you guys attack it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and there's so many things going on in the NIL world. It's a crazy world. There's good things happening, bad things happening, but one thing I can't say is it's good here at Clemson. Like you said, we all want to give back. Whether it's to a children's hospital, helping KJ's pops out. We all just want to use it for good, and that's why it was created. So we're very blessed to have a platform to do so, and I think we will continue to do so.
Anything else for Will?
What gives you confidence? I know you said this was this year for the offense. What gives you confidence that this offense is going to be better this year?
Experience, chemistry, just the feel around the locker room. Everybody's got confidence. And like I said, me from my freshman to sophomore year, I can tell you that the game has slowed down tenfold from what it was last year. I can remember the first time I stepped on the field against Georgia. I didn't know what the hell was going on. To today, I see things happening before they do. I see stunts. I see where the backers are going. So it's just little things like that, and so many things go into it. But I can already notice it.
All right. Thank you, Will.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Yep. Appreciate it.